If life sucks, where do we go from here? First time seeing turtles. I think I'm gonna take her to the desert next week, where I used to take my dogs. Wanna go to the desert, buddy? I've been uploading van content for 13 years now, and 13 years ago I discovered that people were living out of their vans, so I was watching those videos to get ideas on what to do with my own van. And I always admired people who lived in their van. They took a different path in life, and the reason I admired it so much back then is people seemed so much happier back then when they made van content. Now van content is so negative now. Who remembers Kyle Pounds? Here's the first person living in their van that I saw on YouTube.
Hello, somebody wanted a video tour of my van, and so I think that's a good idea. So here's my van. Right now I'm parked next to Gold's Gym because I'm gonna go pump it at Gold's Gym pretty soon. I'm in Elk Grove, which is like a poshy upscale like suburbia southern Sacramento. So I've been sleeping in the nice neighborhood watch neighborhoods over there. Now I really love my van because I have a table, dude. I don't understand why you would make a van without a table. You need a table if you have a van, because I get to hang out. It's like my own little living room. I'm eating oatmeal for breakfast because that's what the Gold's Gym dudes do. Peanut butter sandwich. So totally, dude. I love living in my van, man.
I used to watch a guy named Caleb S. He was a kid sleeping on rooftops, and then he got a storage, and then he eventually wanted to live in a van. That's how he found my content. And the whole time, this kid was always happy. And I remember one of his videos, which I will share here in a second, he ran into a guy living in his van, and the guy living in his van was happy to do a tour. The guy was happy. He told Caleb, "It's my dream to have a van. I'm living out a dream." Alright, this is a video for Caleb S. I'm guessing the S stands for Stevenson. Classy last name for a classy guy. Right there. Caleb S. But he wants to live in a van, so we made a video in a van, like getting a feel for how much room is in a van.
Let's go. I was planning on getting me a van.
Yeah.
Can look at this guy, man. This for the big boys right here.
You know what I'm doing here? I decided I'm 63, and I decided I want to do what I always wanted to do, is live in my van.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a documentary on living in a van. Right now I'm homeless, but I plan on getting me a conversion van.
So this.
Look at this, you guys.
This is custom conversioned out. So,
yes.
So this is my little toilet area here. See?
They're gonna love this. I'm doing YouTube.
Okay, cool. And there's tanks underneath. So I have fresh water for my sink.
Yeah, he's got the sink over there,
and
guys.
I have a few clothes here and some storage. And I store my dumpy tank, my dumpy hose down here in this.
And a black one.
4-inch PVC. And the dump plumbing is right there.
You guys see that?
These guys did a really nice job. And then let's look at the side door. So
now he's showing us the side.
Okay, so you can kind of peek in and take a film inside there. So the bed is.
You got the bed, yeah.
I moved the front chair to the back for a desk chair.
And he's got the high top. Now, what's the ventilation like in there for you?
Ventilation is terrible in the summer.
Oh, really?
Although I have a rear air conditioner. But I have to run the motor.
Oh,
right? It's not like having an air conditioner on top.
How many batteries? Have you did the dual?
So you know.
Yeah.
I've got 2 big batteries back here, and then that's a 2,000 watt inverter.
Wow.
So it runs the AC.
Okay.
So we got the low voltage in the back, and the conversion is all connected right to the batteries.
Okay.
But then the high voltage, I have receptacles on both sides for running little fans.
Okay.
Or doing my desk, to charge my computer.
Now, do you have fans in there now?
I have 2 little fans. You see the little fan right there?
Oh, okay.
Above my bed.
Okay.
I got another one on the other side.
Now, is that one doing you justice? That little fan? Right?
You know what?
Oh, really?
In the mornings and in the evenings, I'm good. During the day, I go to Oxnard.
Yeah. During the day, I plan on just going to the park, relaxing somewhere, you know.
Okay, I got a great park for you. It's over the public parking lot at the Woodley Lakes Golf Course.
Okay.
That's the big trees.
Okay, yeah.
when I have to be in the valley, I'm still working.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
still
See,
working.
so that's even better, bro.
Yeah. So save your money. You could probably, you're young, kinda.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, no regrets so far, right? You're saving a lot of money.
Only the heat.
Uh-huh.
And like I say, I'm grateful I'm still working, and so I make a little money and I can afford, although the mileage is terrible, I can go to the beach. Now,
Somewhere in recent years, van content stopped being fun. A lot of it is fake. A lot of people are playing homeless for the ad revenue. This became a trend. And then the people who are actually living in their van these days, I notice a lot are just really unhappy, and it's just a lot of negative content. And I get it, man. Life sucks sometimes, but if you're always down, and this is advice for anyone just doing depressed content all the time, if you're always down, you're gonna get that core audience that is also down. Some people like to be miserable, but I don't think you're gonna grow if you're just always down. If you're down, you need to find a way out of it. I got fired from FedEx last year. I was at FedEx for 9 years, and I'm still not over it yet. It's weird, and I'll be the guy that admits it. I liked my job, and I ranted about that place a lot because the first 5 years I was there, I enjoyed it, and then management changed. And the reason why I stayed there for so long was because I always had that dream that they would change out management and it would be fun working there again. So I got fired from FedEx last year. I'll do a story time about that later. And I never recovered from it. I was depressed, really depressed for 2 months because I didn't have a job. Then I got the current job I'm at now, and I'm very thankful that I have it. I'm very blessed that I was found by accident because of my resume. But I don't fit in that job. It's a desk jockey job. I miss manual labor. I talked to Stefan about this. My buddy Stefan, he works on tugboats. He's gonna retire soon. And he said he's actually scared to retire because he loves his job. He enjoys it. And for me at FedEx, I miss being a hero. Like I'm at a desk jockey job now. I'm not any good at it. I don't feel like I'm really helping a lot. I do my best, but it's not natural for me. At FedEx, I miss being the hero. I miss when a shift was, a shift was crazy and it looked daunting, but I never got tired. So I was able to save the day, and I miss that. I miss my friends telling me, you saved the day, you're the hero of the day. To this day, I'm still friends with a lot of my coworkers from FedEx. Like, when you leave a job, a lot of times when you leave a job, you lose connection with those people. You're only friends because of work, but a lot of my friends from FedEx, we still talk to this day, and I miss it a lot. And I'm having a really hard time adjusting right now. So on top of being at a job that I feel like I'm not any good at, I'm sitting through a ton of traffic every day. I lose 2 hours of my day in traffic. And that's another thing I miss about working at FedEx. I never got traffic. I was at work within 10 minutes. So now I'm thinking to myself, how do you get out of this? You're unhappy because you don't feel like you're any good at your job, sitting through traffic. So now, going back to the van thing, I admired people who had the courage to try a different lifestyle, live out of their van. So now I'm open to that. My resume is always up, and if I ever get a job offer and it's gonna take traveling and maybe living out of my van a little bit, I'm willing to take it because I miss being good at my job. People in life are super delusional. Like, I'll say it right now, I was the best at FedEx, but the job I'm at now, I give myself a C-. My friends at work, they're nice to me. They said, no, you're better than that, man. And I'm gonna be honest with myself. I think that's a lot of things that's something we don't do either. We don't reflect, and I'm a C- at my job. I'm not lazy, I'm not horrible at it. I barely get it. My brain is not very sharp when it comes to computer work. I'm a manual labor guy. So that's what I'm gonna do. My dream is to make a full-time income on YouTube. And that's another thing, problem solving. Okay, I always study my analytics. I study what people are watching, what's making my channel money. So I'm always studying that. So it would be great to make a full-time income on YouTube and make this my job. But I also tell myself, okay, Well, if I make $1,000 a month on YouTube, $1,500 a month on YouTube, it's not quite full-time, but then I'll be able to do part-time jobs. I'll be able to be a job mercenary and have more time for YouTube. So maybe it'll take 5 more years to make a full-time income on YouTube. But that's what keeps me going. Like, I'm unhappy about my work life right now. And like I said, I feel blessed that I didn't sit out too long. I was unemployed for 2 months. It could have been worse. I could have been unemployed for a lot longer. But I feel blessed that I'm at a job that pays well. I don't have to work overtime anymore. The only time I work overtime is if they really need it. But I no longer volunteer to work overtime because I make enough money not to. At FedEx, I worked overtime all the time because the pay was so low. So I had to do overtime to make a decent wage. But here's the thing. I cherish my days off now. It's my buddy Gray Kid. She had a stroke more than 2 months ago. I really thought she was gonna pass away. I had a hole ready for her. I was ready to bury her, and it's more than 2 months later, and she's still around with her cool pineapple harness. That's why I'm at Petco right now. Gonna hang out with Gray Kid. Cherish my days off. Getting fired. Man, getting fired changed me, man. Like, I know life is brutal. Life sucks, man. That's what we're talking about today. Life sucks, but it's also great at the same time. Like, right now, life is great. I have Gray Kid. She's still around, cherishing every second I have with her. We're gonna hang out at Petco right now. You gotta crawl out of it, man. That's what I want. I want to crawl out of this somehow. So I cherish my... See, getting fired changed me so much because I know life is brutal, but just getting fired after all those years of hard work, it really affected me. And I never recovered from it. And that's, you know, that's why I'm going through my own stuff. We all are. We all are going through something. It may not be work. It may be relationships. It may be something in family. But you can't just give up on life. And that's what I'll never do. I'll never give up. Sometimes we feel that way. Sometimes we feel like it's just better to give up. But nah. Now I know how to travel with the cat. I got another cat. So if I do have to live out of my van, at least I know it's doable. So if it does come to that, if that's what it's gonna take for me to be happy with work life, to live out of my van, work somewhere else, you know, be a job mercenary, then yeah, time for a high top roof and a real AC for my cats. Her buddy's not with us. I'll probably show my other cat next week. But yeah, guys, hang in there. And to anyone making just negative content, yeah, you know, you'll get a core audience. Some people like to be negative all the time. But when you're always negative, man, you're gonna push an audience away. You know, not everyone wants to hear about negativity all the time. It's okay to rant sometimes. We make friends on YouTube, you know. Sometimes I talk about negative things, but I don't make that the primary. So, you know, when I do content, I do look at what do people enjoy, and my 2 previous uploads were helpful videos. Not me talking about this, but maybe this will help someone out there who's at a downtime right now. All right, headed to Petco now. Ready, buddy? Ready, buddy?